the goal of this video is to actually talk about what jobs change the world. So where I'm sharing right now is how I'm changing the world is a very, very different way of how you might want to change the world. So let's just go straight through it. So it's Thanksgiving 2022 and it is roughly around 5 a.m. and I wanted to actually record a quick video to actually share with you today so you can actually step into my world for one day and actually get a little bit of what it's like to be me and changing the world one blockchain at a time. So right now, one of the things I wanted to say is that this is what I do every single day. It's what I do. And the goal of this video is to actually talk about what jobs change the world. So where I'm sharing right now is how I'm changing the world is a very, very different way of how you might want to change the world. So let's just go straight through it. This is going to be just me being completely unadulterated, just sharing with you how it works and how it's defined, exactly what I do, what I coach people to do, and how different people interpret this. You see, everybody changes the world in their own way. Changing the world is something of how you define changing the world, and some people change it in many different ways of how I change it. I'm an entrepreneur. I created Blockchain Institute of Technology. I measure my impact with how many people I can reach, how many people I can empower to actually use blockchain technology to make the world a better place. This is how I define success. How you define success will be totally different. So in this video, I want to tell you a little bit of what it's like to be someone changing the world, not just from my experience, but from many of the people that I've been working with. So one thing I want to go back to is specifically when we talk about changing the world, there's a quote that many people reference by Mahatma Gandhi, which says, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." That's a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Now, what's important about that quote is specifically what it states is that changing the world is about changing yourself. You see, you can't actually change the world, but you can change yourself. And if you change yourself, your impact in the world will change the world by extension. So by creating Blockchain Institute of Technology, I'm able to have an impact on, by this point, it's over 160,000 students worldwide. And their lives have been changed through the creation of BIT. I'm not going to take the impact. I'm not going to take the full credit for that. But what I will say is I created the first part of that wave. And over time, it's built momentum. So things that I want to share with you today are, I want to establish that making change in the world is a process. If it were a matter of, like in the law of attraction, many people get this wrong. In the law of attraction, they think that you can simply, by having like thoughts, other things will be attracted to you. And I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, but not in the way that people sometimes think that it is. Like you can sit back, you can think about making millions of dollars and all the millions of dollars will come to you. There is a factor to manifesting reality. There is a factor to creating change, but it's not simply a matter of sitting back, closing your eyes, and just simply having it come to you. I want to point out on that one, though, that I do meditate and I do close my eyes and I do visualize my future all the time. But that's only part of the process. So key things I want to point out to you in this specific video is my process of how I change the world and how I coach other people to change the world themselves also. So let's go back to key point number one, consistency. Once you make a decision of what you want to achieve, being consistent is how you can actually reach your destination. I always think about a farmer. When a farmer actually plants a seed, he doesn't immediately have his crop. He just planted a seed. What's required? You have to water the seeds. You have to make sure that no weeds take over it. You have to make sure that everything and all the conditions are right so that eventually you have the plant and eventually you get your crop. So you have to visualize what you're going to reach. You have to start the process and then you have to be consistent, okay? So staying the course is a very, very important part. Another thing that I want to point out to you is that if you're actually changing the world, you have to get comfortable with uncertainty. Changing the world by default implies a lot of uncertainty, and with uncertainty comes risk. If you're changing the world, what that means is that what you are used to will change because you're changing the world. So a perfect example would be if you have a job and you go to a job every single day, As long as the job is still available there, you have your path curved out. You have the things that you have to do. You have your responsibilities, and you can do your job, and you know that every week or 2 weeks, however long it may be, you're going to get your paycheck. That remains consistent. It's what the job involves. When you're an entrepreneur, when you're changing the world, all those rules go out the window. So when I started Blockchain Institute of Technology, I basically stepped into uncertainty because, quite frankly, I didn't know where it was going to go. So if I take you back to 2017, when I launched BIT, I actually looked at this opportunity of blockchain technology changing the world. And I wanted to be part of that change. So I wanted to learn about blockchain. And then I saw nobody was really teaching blockchain technology, and certainly not in a way that someone who didn't know blockchain technology could really understand it. I saw that there was an opportunity with blockchain. I saw that there was something I wanted to achieve. I saw myself achieving that. And what did I do? I took action. I started trying to find how to learn blockchain technology and started creating my own curriculum. I started working with the developers that were creating these curriculums, the people that built the protocols, the people who were working on Bitcoin Cash, working on Litecoin, working on all these different protocols. I was working with those people. I was learning about blockchain. I was working with the people that were creating the tokens. I was working with the people that were building the whole technology. And in the process, I started packaging it. I started creating simple ways for other people to understand it. You see, I was creating the change that I wanted to see in the world. So in 2017, I created the first video without any guarantees, without any type of visibility, without knowing if this was going to go anywhere. I went out into that unknown that I didn't know, believing that I was going to reach that goal. So just as a farmer plants a seed, I wanted to get the crop, and I started the process. Key thing I want to point out to you, this moment right now, today is Thanksgiving 2022, and I'm recording this video with you. The time right now is 5:30 in the morning. I've been up since about 4:30 in the morning. I always wake up very, very early, and I start the path because every single day is part of my process as I get to the destination. And the destination never arrives. There's always a day beyond this. There's always a goal of where to reach. That's what keeps life exciting. But that's also what's involved in changing the world, because as you change the world, the end goal changes. So you have to make sure that you're always consistent in making that world be a world that you want to step into, so that every day you can wake up early and you can actually get into it. So key points I want to point out to you is I'm recording this video for you right now at 5:30 in the morning, and this is very typical of me. So when I start my morning every single day, I always review what I'm going to do for that day. Let me share with you something important. So this is a success planner. I'm a big believer in planners. I'm a big believer in establishing your goals. A huge believer in goal setting, huge believer in actually setting processes so you can actually reach your goal. I love the concept of every single day my life is lived as a blockchain. And in fact, I've built that into the daily planner that actually I share with certified blockchain professionals, certified senior blockchain professionals, and this is a tool. The success planner actually tells me every single day. So this is Wednesday, this is Thursday, and as I go through my day, you'll notice every step you take today has an impact on tomorrow. And life is a blockchain. So as I go through my day, when I finish all the tasks for the day, I check when complete. And then I move on to the next day. And I have my tasks for the day. So part of my process when I'm working through my day, I begin my day with my tasks for the day. I know what I'm going to do. I have my 3 tasks for the day. I know how I'm going to set it up. I have my to-dos, and that tells me exactly what I'm going to do for the day. And as long as I keep the chain unbroken, I'm moving closer and closer to my goal. So you see, my life is lived on a blockchain. So if you look at my daily calendar, and I have a calendar up on my wall, it's actually a chain of blocks. And every day, as I complete a day, I cross it off, and I cross it off, and I cross it off. And as long as I do the tasks for that day, and I don't break the chain, I'm getting closer and closer to the destination I've set up in my mind. So, key things I want to point out to you in this video is that whenever I start my day, I always have a routine for it. I have a morning routine for it. So I'm a big believer in The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. That's one of the books that's made a big difference in my life. Um, Other books that have really made a big difference for me. The Power of Consistency is a big book that I love. The Slight Edge is another incredible book. And there's so many books that I could share with you. But what I want to point out to you is this. That's consistency. Every single day. The Power of Habits, another amazing book. So I feed my mind with positive things, and I always keep in my mind that unless I take action, nothing happens. So while we're going on this thing, just sharing with you, it's 5 something in the morning, I know that I have a goal that I want to reach. This video is part of that process. This is my way of actually increasing the impact of the message that I'm bringing out into the world, getting closer to you, and hopefully having a positive impact in your life so that you can change the world. My mission has always been, we're changing the world one blockchain at a time. And if we use this technology properly, we're bound to make the world a better place for everyone. Notice there, we're making the world a better place for everyone. So if you catch some of my videos, when people ask me, what is it that you do? I say, I help people learn and use blockchain technology to make the world a better place. This is part of my mission. I help people learn how to use and understand blockchain technology to make the world a better place. There's a purpose for that. Now, how you change the world and make the world a better place is up to you. I can help you, I can empower you. So when people want to learn blockchain technology, I can help them grab those tools. How that manifests into someone else's life, I can't control. But that's the beauty of it. I do my part and you do your part. So if you keep track of some of the certified blockchain professionals that are changing the world, many of the interviews that I do with people like Jonathan Herman, CEO of Baller Mixed Reality, he's changing the world by creating authentic collectibles recorded on the metaverse using augmented reality. And all of this is backed by blockchain technology. That is something that never existed before, and he's creating it. He's one of the top 10 CEOs according to Crunchbase in the United States. He's just an amazing powerhouse when it comes to blockchain. Or Rafael Bonetti is a certified senior blockchain professional and the CEO of Eviland, the business metaverse. That's another incredible application of business of blockchain technology. So these are people that are changing the world using blockchain technology, and I am blessed to be able to be part of their lives. But that's actually a process. That's consistency, and that's when I share with you. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, you have to set the path, you set your motion forward, and then you have paths and directions as you go through it. And as long as every day you live your life as a blockchain, you achieve your tasks for the day, and you cross your tasks for the day, every day you get closer and closer to your destination. So key things I want to point out to you from this video as I wrap this up is that what jobs change the world is defined by how you want to change the world. You define what changing the world means because, just as Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. I see that my change in the world by helping people understand and use blockchain technology to make the world a better place. You have your own choice. How are you going to change the world? How are you going to use your gifts, your specific skills and dreams and aspirations to make the world a better place and be the change you wish to see in the world? Hope you found this video valuable. I hope it really makes your life better. And today is Thanksgiving 2022. I recorded this video to share with you how I want to change the world and hopefully make your life better. I hope this helps you live a better life.